Okay, good afternoon, Patriots. We are reporting live at Right Side Broadcasting Network. We are in Butler, Pennsylvania. It is, what is the time we have here, bud? 5:02. It is 5:02 Eastern Time. We're reporting from RSBN. And I just want to let you all know that President Trump is pretty busy. We've got more than one rally today. He just spoke at Reading, Pennsylvania, and we are expecting President Trump to arrive a little bit after 5:30. That was the original time that was scheduled that President Trump would begin his remarks, but that'll be, we're running a little bit behind there because he's coming from another rally. But we are very excited to be here. We're very excited for you all to be here. So let me introduce myself. My name is Lilith.
I am Alex Caldwell.
And I'm Livy Krieger. Some of you may know me as a new face, but this is my third rally. I was also here, my last was in January, and I'm just so glad to be back. We were in the crowd for a little bit, saying hi to a bunch of fans we saw, and it was just so great to be back and feel the energy that you always feel at every single one of President Trump's rallies. Lily, you want to take it back?
Absolutely. And yeah, for sure, this is my fifth rally, and this is my fifth time with RSBN, and we all come from different backgrounds, and we do talk to the crowd, and we pan the crowd, and we want to show you really how it's like in case you're not able to be here in person. And with that being said, I'm going to hand it over, and we're going to tell you about our partner for the day. Take it away.
Yeah, so our partner of the day is Disney Coins. So if you want to check out Disney Coins, that is www.disneycoins.com. And they are a great company to support because they are made in America on American machines by people who love this country. And so these coins are made with genuine silver and copper. Perfect timing because Christmas is coming up. Why not get these for your Patriot family members for gifts? It is the absolutely perfect gift. I know I was looking at the website earlier, and there were so many great designs that I saw. They come in over 20 patriotic designs and 2 new designs each month. So definitely check them out. Disney Coins also gives 10% of their profits back to conservative causes. So even better there. So definitely check out. They do have Trump coins, and use the code RSBN at checkout for a discount so you know that we sent you as well. Definitely check them out. Yeah, so I was looking at those. Go check them out, get some for Christmas, and yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much, Libby. And I'd just like to let everybody know that President Trump announced he's doing 14 rallies in 3 days. The man does not sleep. So, of course, we will be covering them all. But that is not because that's because we had viewers like you. That's exactly why we could go to all of these rallies. So I'd like to thank everybody for all of their donations. And their donations helped us get to each and every one of these rallies and continue to help us get to each and every one of these rallies. So I'd like to thank everybody and remind everyone that we're entirely viewer funded. We are entirely donation based. That is how we get to each one of these rallies. You can't trust CNN behind us. You can't trust them to report on what's going to happen. They won't show you guys the crowd size. We're the only ones who do that. ABC, MSNBC, they won't do that, but we will always do that. So if you would like to continue to help us out so that we can go to these rallies and show you guys what's actually going on without the filter of the mainstream media, I'd like you all to please go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. That is rsbnetwork.com/donate. And you can also donate in the YouTube live chat as well. However, YouTube does take 30% of what you donate through the super chat, so keep that in mind when you do donate. You can also mail in your donation if you feel more comfortable doing that by going, and you can go to 1550 Opelika Road, spelled Opelika, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. So you can please donate to there. You can go to our website again. That's rsbnetwork.com/donate, or donate in the live chat, because that helps us get to every single rally that we have. And I'd just like to go through some of the donations that went through. So first, I'd like to say thank you to Ray and Maria Du Bois. They say thank you, RSBN, for broadcasting what mainstream media doesn't show. From Loki Pokey, they say, I have been a fan since your first broadcast of the President's Rallies in 2016. Wow. And I never get tired of watching this great, courageous man. Thank you for bringing him to us. No, thank you for staying on with us and for watching us all of these years. We do appreciate it. That means the world to us. Thank you so much. From Laura Glasgow, she says, keep up the fantastic shots of the whole crowd. Love it. You know we always will show you guys the crowds. David Huff says, thanks for all the young conservatives. Never give in to the Democrats. This great country needs more like y'all on the right side. MAGA Trump 4 more years. Paul Benman says, God bless President Trump and God bless America. Anna Watson says, thank you for your devotion to getting our President Trump's message out. Texas loves Trump. From Helen Utegard says, you are all so awesome. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you for all you're doing, fighting with you and Americans. My prayer team and I are praying without ceasing for President Trump's re-election. God bless. And Daniel Poyer says, please, please unban diverse scale from YouTube and your network. I can't make super chats or talk to people. I don't know much about that, so I don't know if I can help you with that. But thank you for your donation is all I can say. And again, thank you all guys for continuing to support our company. We could not do it without you. And we do have a very special treat for you guys all today. You all love him. We've read your comments, so we brought him back. We have a very special guest with us, Mr. Scott Pressler.
Scott Pressler, hello. He's so tall, we have to change the camera angle.
I know, I'm so sorry, guys. I just keep growing. I can't stop it. So we are here in Butler County, Pennsylvania. Now, this is a Republican county, so this is very important to President Trump's success, when in 2016 he only won by 44,000 votes. Those votes could come from this county right here. And as you can see, you know, we're still another hour away from President Trump speaking, and the crowd is still coming in. We've got thousands upon thousands. I even commented, I took a picture of the bathroom and I said, there are more people waiting in line for the bathroom at a Trump rally than at a Biden-Harris event. And I believe the Democrats have actually canceled their events in Texas. I know, they were blaming violence from the right, but quite frankly, I think it's because nobody was showing up. And I think more Trump supporters were coming. Now, we're from Northern Virginia. You live in Northern Virginia, right?
Yes, I do.
So we are literally, guys, in the belly of the beast. We are in the snake den. We are in the lion's chamber. But there's hope. And you know, thinking about these Democratic areas, did you know in Florida, Miami-Dade, Broward, those are South Florida and they're super Democrat.
Yes.
Get this.
Yep.
Get this. Because our people, our viewers like numbers. Yep. So let's kind of go over some numbers with them.
Spill the beans, Scott.
So there's a difference between mail-in voting and in-person early voting, right? Well, in-person early voting in Miami-Dade, Republicans are outvoting the Democrats. Outvoting. And the Democrats are hitting that panic button.
Yes, they are.
And in fact, do you know who Frederica Wilson is, the congresswoman? She's the one that always wears the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Always got her different cowboy hat on, matching whatever she's wearing. Hey, you know what? That's her style. I respect that. But I do. I got my Back the Blue boots. but she apparently has been so worried about the lack of turnout, the lack of the black vote that's coming out, the lack of the Latino vote, and the fact that Republicans are in-person early voting. So she's been apparently calling frantically the Biden campaign. So guys, just know, even though these facts and figures are good, go vote. Play like we're down. Play like we're behind. Play like we're losing. And if we can win in Miami-Dade, then there's hope for Northern Virginia.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
I mean, this young man here, you know, you really are the beacon, because this man has registered hundreds upon thousands of patriots, registered them to vote. And he's just a normal person. I mean, you're a pretty regular guy. I mean, you know, you dress normally. You've got the MAGA gear, and he's patriotic. He's got hair. He's got, you know, he's just a regular guy. And he just hopped in his car and he said, "I'm going to do something to make sure that President Donald J. Trump is re-elected." And the message that Scott gives us, which resonates with me till this day, is don't get too comfortable, because he can go and bust his tail for us. He can go and bust his tail for President Trump to get reelected, but we still have a duty too. So we still have to make sure that we are going out and doing our part. The least we can do is vote in person.
That's right. That's right. Well, and you know, if we were talking about this earlier, we're average, normal people. I mean, look, you're talking with a teacher. You're talking with a former dog walker. We're people that just love our country deeply. And we're here in Pennsylvania doing everything in our power to help bring the message to the people, to get out the vote. And you know, I do this in honor, in part, because of my dad. My dad is a retired Navy captain, and I do this in honor of my grandfather, who's no longer with us, but who was a retired Navy captain too. And I always joke, I say, I don't know what happened to me, but I'm serving in a different way. I'm serving in a different way.
You're still serving for this country.
But I do this in honor of people who gave the sacrifice, and sometimes the ultimate sacrifice, so that you and I could even have the opportunity to vote. And I don't want to let those people down. I don't want to say to the next generation, when November 4th comes and when the history books are written, I don't want them to ask me, where were you? Why didn't you do anything? Scott, why didn't you stop the socialist takeover of our country? And I'll be able to wake up on November 4th knowing that I did everything within my human power to affect change in this election.
That's it, and that's what we're here for. You know, at Right Side, we do stand on the right side of history. And so we want to bring you live coverage, real footage of what it's like here. I mean, we pan the crowd, we talk to the crowd. We actually did several interviews throughout the venue today. We weren't able to show you live because President Trump was busy as heck at Reading, Pennsylvania, and so we weren't able to show you live. But we're going and we're talking to people. We're getting a feel for who they are, what their background is. I mean, there are a lot of people like me who either did not vote at all in 2016, who either did not
vote. We're gonna be
vote.
fighting after this is over. We're gonna be
But
fighting.
you can forgive me, right? You can
Yes,
forgive me
yes.
because look where I'm at, right? But there are a lot of people like me who either did not vote in 2016 or did not vote for President Trump, who will be voting for him.
Absolutely.
So there is hope. People are waking up on their own accord. I did. It was about two and a half years ago. And you know what it was? The biggest red pill I had to take was that the media is not reporting the truth.
Yes.
I found something out about President Trump about two and a half years ago. I think it was the tax cuts. And I said,
before. Northern Virginia. I registered her myself. She texted me a picture. She voted. We're turning non-voters into first-time voters. And I think of Megan from Gettysburg, where I was just there. She just recently was red-pilled, and part of it was from COVID and the lockdown and the shutdowns. And then she watched a Trump rally, and she went, oh my gosh, I'm agreeing with a lot of the things he's saying. And I think that you're right, that a lot of those third-party voters that voted for Jill Stein or voted for Gary Johnson, they're coming home to the Republican Party, and they're not taking a chance because they know what's at stake in this election.
Now, I know I said something earlier that I said I didn't vote in 2016, and Scott Pressler must have had a heart attack.
I did.
Well, I'm about to tell you what I did in 2012 because you're about to fall over. I voted for Obama.
Wow.
I did. You know why? The media told me to. It was just that easy. The media told me to vote for him. Everybody was raving about him. I mean, Scott, everybody. And the way that they were convincing the country that Barack Obama was the man to be appointed president, there was no other option. They were very strategic in that, you know, and we kind of took pride in his physical appearance and the way he spoke, and you know, his stage presence. And
he only had 4 years, so you
That's
were
it.
thinking, okay, let's give him another
Absolutely.
4, let's see if it can happen. And so here, standing before you, you have a young woman, a former Obama supporter, who now is voting
for President Donald J. Trump, baby. Trump 2020.
And did you know that actually there are 200 counties that voted for President Obama twice that voted for Donald Trump in 2016? 200 counties. So you're not alone. And just know, everybody at home, this is a movement based on love, and this is a no judgment movement. And that means that if you voted for President Obama or if you voted democratically, listen, there is a place for you within this party, and we are not going to judge you. We're going to welcome you. We're going to accept you. We're going to embrace you, but with permission, because we don't embrace like Joe Biden does without permission. This is also a very consensual party. We are consensual.
You know, the other rally yesterday, I said, hey guys, I said, oh wait, I should not have assumed your gender.
No. We're learning. We're learning.
We're trying, right? But no, it's true. And I want to invite maybe one of our correspondents to join us back in, and maybe we can give a shout out to some of the super chats that we have.
Sure.
In our live feed. Would you
Got
like to
some of
help
those-
us out with that?
hold
Here
those
we
up?
go.
Thank you guys so much for donating. We have from Merrick. She says, Lilith, for the first woman president of the United States. I would endorse that as well.
Sweet. Thank
That's
you.
a
I
great
appreciate
message.
it.
We have another one that from Sherry, USA and Pennsylvania, Team Trump. We love to see that.
Go.
PA.
We have another one from Sharon. Thank you so much, Sharon. We really couldn't do this without all you guys.
Exactly.
We have an
Oh.
I can't read. I think
can't
it's
read that
Mandarin.
one,
I cannot read it, but thank you so much
That's
as well.
awesome.
We have another one from Justin. He let us send a little message, said keep it up. Thank you,
so
Justin.
much. And we got me.
New members.
Awesome. And thank you. Keep those coming, and,
Yeah.
and engage with us in the comment section. We do read the comments. At least we try to read them all. But
We love seeing the comments in there.
Yes, and let us know in the comments, have you attended a MAGA rally before? Let us know where it was, when it was, and are you attending another one? Because we've only got so much time left. So let us know in the comment section so we can better, engage with our audience.
And I know Lilith and I we were in the audience before, and we met so many Right Side fans, and they just told us so many time and time again that they really appreciate the way that we show the crowd when the media won't. And we could not do that without any of you guys there. So I know you're in the super chat. You can hit the $sign there and donate, because we are viewer funded and we couldn't come to any of these rallies without you guys. We have 14 rallies in 3 days. So that is absolutely insane, and we couldn't go and bring you the coverage we do without all of your support. So make sure you donate in the super chat. YouTube, I believe, does take 30% off of that. But if you go to our website, okay. So if you go to our website, that's www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. You can donate there as well. And if you're a little old-fashioned, you just want to send us a check in the mail, you can send that to 1550 Opelika Road, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. Again, those are 3 easy ways to donate, and we really appreciate you guys doing that, because we couldn't do it and we wouldn't do it if it weren't for all you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, Lil, we do have a partner for the day. Did you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. We love to give a shout out to our partners of the day. And again, we could not be here without our partners. We couldn't be here without our viewers. We couldn't be here without any of you. So thank you so much. Our partner of the day is Disney Coin Company. Disney Coins in the epitome of Made in America, because they are made in the USA by machines made in America by people who deeply love America. I love it. So patriotic. Disney
season.
Yes.
Perfect gift.
That's absolutely true. And these coins are made with genuine silver and copper. The coins are valuable and are a unique and worthwhile purchase, which also always means they make the perfect presents. They come in 20 and more patriotic designs, and 2 new designs coming each month. That is dedication. And we at RSBN will be collecting these coins and can collect these along with us each and every month leading up to the election. They also make great gifts. So again, Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is coming up, so bundle up. Hanukkah is coming up, bundle up, right? Disney Coins is giving 10% of the profits back to conservative causes and organizations, so they're benefiting, and their benefits are meaningful to you. And the viewers can go to disneycoins.com to check out the inventory and start your very own collection of Trump coins today. User code RSBN at checkout for a discount. Again, discount code is RSBN. While you're there, don't forget to join the, what does that say? Don't forget to join the right side family, and we hope you all enjoy. And again, let us know in the comments, have you attended a MAGA rally before? Where was it? When was it? Give us a little feel of how that went for you all, because I mean, this is your
probably 3rd reporting. I've been to multiple as a supporter as well.
Oh, nice.
But just coming to any of these rallies, just the energy and the raw energy that he brings to the stage, it's incredible. And
you don't get tired of the music.
Oh, absolutely not. Any of my friends who've never been to one, this is relatively close to where I go to school, so I told them, you have to come out and see President Trump. 3 days before the election, before we have 4 more years, it's the perfect time to see him.
Absolutely. And we're going to have 4 more years of celebration, but you have to come out. So if you're in the area, check out the rallies that he's got coming up. And actually today, so he was at Reading, Pennsylvania. He'll be flying out here to Butler. And I'm sorry, I'm going to grab the mic from you. So President Trump was set to speak here at Butler at 5:30 Eastern, but it looks like we're an hour behind from the previous rally. So we're preparing for, I would say, around 6:30 for remarks by President Trump. And then he's headed off to Montoursville, Pennsylvania. So he's got 3 here today. And tomorrow is a full load. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 5, the big 5. So tomorrow he's going to be in, where is he going to be at? Let's see.
I know there's one in Miami tomorrow night.
There is one tomorrow.
To Florida.
That's right. So he's got one in Michigan. He's got one in Iowa. Then North Carolina. Then Georgia, where I will be at. And then he's got one late at night in Miami. That one is at 11:30 p.m. So his first one in Michigan is at 11 a.m. nonstop all the way to 11:30. So I mean, by the time he's done with his remarks, we're saying about 12:30, 1 a.m. Earliest. Right.
Can you imagine Joe Biden doing this? Joe Biden is hiding in his basement right now while President Trump is out talking to real people, real Americans, and just bringing so much energy and character and charisma. You would not see that from any other candidate, let alone Joe Biden, who has no energy. How this president is, we have the audience is chanting Trump over here now. They are just so energetic. And Lilith and I were in the crowd earlier, and it was so great to see so many young people too. as it is my home state of Pennsylvania, it's really encouraging to see other young people also be supporting of the president. Because I know the media will tell you that there are no young Trump supporters, that they are all, they're all Biden supporters, but that's just not true. We've talked to so many young people today, and I would love to get your opinion too. Lilith, you're a school teacher, so you see some of this stuff firsthand, and just the indoctrination in our schools.
Where do we start?
Yeah, you want to take this away?
Sure, I would love to. Yeah, my name is Lilith, again, for those of you that are just tuning in, and I am a public school teacher, and you know what? We do exist. Conservative public school teachers do exist.
Rare, but...
It's rare. It's really rare. It's really a tough time to be, I think it's a tough time to be anything right now. It's a tough time to be in law enforcement. It's a tough time to be a first responder. It's a tough time to be a teacher. We're going through so many changes. We're going through so much change right now, but what's important is that we love what we do, and I love teaching, and I love working with kids from all different backgrounds. The one thing I'm not a fan of is what they want us to ram down your children's throats. The indoctrination is real, parents. The brainwashing is real. Students are graduating high school. I've talked about this numerous times, and I'll keep going because someone has to tell you the truth, especially if you have kids. I need you, parents, I need you to be involved in your child's education. Follow me on Instagram. I'm Teachers for Trump on Instagram. I help expose the public school system. I help expose the teachers union. So check me out, teachers_for_Trump on Instagram. And I gotta tell you, I receive dozens of messages every day from concerned families who will send me snapshots of the curriculum or the material that their children are required to read or watch. And
the 1619 project?
The 1619
The 1619 project. I'm sure many of you have heard of this.
I made a post about that, and President Donald J. Trump is going to be he's going to be working on the 1776 Patriotic Act. So we need to bring patriotic education back into this country because they're teaching these children to hate America, that America was founded on slavery, that America was founded on racism, and everybody is racist, and police officers are murderers. They're even teaching students how to go to an abortion clinic. And how to go through that process. Our kids are graduating high school with a 1.3 GPA. They have zero critical thinking skills, but they know how to use TikTok. Oh, but they know Cardi B lyrics, but they don't know how to read. They don't know how to think for themselves, and they're told what to think. So the difference between education and indoctrination: education, we tell the students think, we encourage them to think. Indoctrination is when you tell them how to think. That is a no-no. And I know some people are going to say, "Oh, well, you're a Trump supporter. Do you tell your students to?" No, I don't talk about politics in my classroom. I've never told anybody who to vote for. I will never tell anybody who to vote for. But when it's appropriate, and if a student addresses a question, you show them both sides. You let them decide. You let them decide for themselves, how do they feel. You let them decide for themselves, how do they want to vote when they turn 18. So it's real out there, and we've got a college student right here, and I'll let her talk too. But these so-called professors, I mean, they're too entitled to even call themselves that. They're so radical. These public school teachers and college professors are recruiting students during the school day to go protest with Antifa and BLM. Are you kidding me?
And Antifa is just an idea, not an organization, according to Joe Biden. So
it's a myth.
Keep that in
According
mind.
to Nadler, it's a myth.
Well, we definitely need more teachers like you in our schools.
We need more students like you.
Thank you. Now, I would love to bring Alex back on. I know we were talking earlier about one of the big issues here in Pennsylvania is fracking. And we know Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have said time and time again that they are trying to completely ban fracking.
Right.
And that is going to have a tremendous impact if they would win on Pennsylvania especially. We were looking up statistics before. 609,000 jobs would be lost if they ban fracking in Pennsylvania alone by 2025, and that is also 261 billion GDP drop in Pennsylvania by 2025 if they would ban fracking. Alex, what do you think about this?
I think if you know somebody who's in the energy industry, they're not going to have a job. If you're in the industry in Pennsylvania, you won't have a job. If you think we have high gas prices in Pennsylvania at $2.59, depending on where you are, you're going to be paying a heck of a lot more. You're going to have it doubled, maybe tripled in some cases. It's going to be a complete and utter disaster having Joe Biden in charge, having his policies in charge. Right now, he says he's for fracking, that he loves fracking. You'd see the way he talks right now, you'd swear he was in the industry once himself. He loves it. And then you go back and you look at what he says. He says, we're going to get rid of it. We're going to cut it out. He said it in the Democrat debate. He said it to Dana Bash. He said it to his supporters. And now all of a sudden, he and Kamala Harris are on the defense saying that they never said that, because that's the classic Democrat strategy. Deny you ever said it and then blame your opponent of what you said.
It switches depending on who he's talking about. So you tell me, but that does not seem like a president I want to vote for. You know, switching their opinion depending on who they're talking to. And we were looking at these statistics again, and 324% increase in natural gas prices if they ban fracking. Gas prices would double. Gas is already expensive enough in Pennsylvania, because we have Governor Tom Wolf. We're both Pennsylvanians, and yes, he did some interesting things with the lockdown, so that's another issue. But we cannot afford to be having doubling the gas prices. No one's gonna, you can't afford that. Most Americans cannot afford that. And here in Pennsylvania, I think that might be a deal breaker. And I think that might carry President Trump to win the 20 electoral votes here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what I find hypocritical is that Joe is all fine when his son Hunter had a job with the Ukrainian gas company. That's okay. That energy is okay when it's Hunter doing it. And when Hunter is making millions of dollars doing it, a job he was grossly unqualified to do. And then when anybody else wants to use energy, when we need gas, when we need coal, it's gone. We got to eliminate it. We got to go wind. We got to go solar, which the world cannot do. Our country cannot do it. But he says we got to solve global warming that way. He's just lost Pennsylvania. He lost Michigan. He lost Wisconsin. And I don't care what the polls say. The polls are garbage. I've read them. They are garbage. This time, 4 years ago, they had Hillary winning in a landslide, and we all see where she is right now. She's still going on an I don't know why I lost her. She wrote a book called What Happened, which we all use for toilet paper. So it's a disgusting thing what's been going on with the Democrats.
And I know right now in the polls for Pennsylvania, you know, the polls were wrong 2016. They're very well wrong again. Biden is up, I think, about 6 to 7 points. But on this day, exactly in 2016, Hillary Clinton was up about 6%. So, you know, you really can't trust the polls, and it's hard to get a take on somewhere like Pennsylvania with a lot of blue-collar Democrats that will be switching to vote for Trump, especially with the issue of fracking, you know? So I think he's going to win Pennsylvania, and I would love to see my home state bring him to 270. You know, Alex is also a Pennsylvanian, so.
Well, I think it will deliver in the end to President Trump, like we have Scott Pressler on our show. He's saying we had over 90,000 people register for the Democrat Party since 2016, but over 180,000 registered for the Republican Party in Pennsylvania since 2016. That's quite a gap, 90,000 votes. And right now what they're doing, they're trying to do everything they can to let Biden win Pennsylvania because he can't do it fairly. With what's happening with mail-in fraud, for instance, Allegheny County, 28,000 mail-in votes incorrectly. Some of them filled out. Guess who they were filled out for, of course? Joe Biden. You have that going on. They took the Green Party off the ballot in Pennsylvania in hopes that people would just go to vote. And then when they saw the Green Party candidate wasn't on there, they'd vote for Joe Biden. Jill Stein got roughly half a point in 2016, which is enough to make or break a race, but they're doing everything they can to throw it to Biden. But you go out, you go through the state, you see Trump signs everywhere. You see Biden signs maybe in the big cities, but the enthusiasm for Biden is not here. He doesn't have anybody at his rallies. He doesn't have any enthusiasm in the state, and Pennsylvania doesn't want him.
And let's just talk about the fact that the media acts basically as Joe Biden's communication department. You know, you mentioned Hunter Biden. It's very convenient that the media does not care to look into that while they've spent years looking into every Russia hoax or trying to impeach the president. You know, the coverage that they give him is just so unfair. And the fact that they can't show the rallies, they can't show the crowds, because they know that if they gave it a fair stage, Biden would have no shot. So what do? They make it unfair, and they put the stacks against the president. And even against that, I think he's still going to win. And again, like, we could not do these rallies without you guys. We love showing the crowd and just talking to people. It is just great to see so many fans here. And we, again, are viewer funded. So please donate. We really appreciate it. We have 14 rallies in 3 days. This is the only one I'm going to, unfortunately. But the rest of the team is working nonstop, 24/7, to bring you guys the coverage that we do, showing you the actual rallies, what the mainstream media won't, Biden's communication department won't show you. So we have three great ways to donate. Make sure you go to www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. You can do that on our website. I know a lot of you are in the YouTube Super Chat. You can hit the $, donate there. Leave us a little message. We'll be reading those in a little bit. And then the last way is you can just send us a check in the mail. We love that too. That address is 1550 Opelika Road, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. Again, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate all the donations because we could not do it without you. And now Alex has a little message from our partner of the day.
Yes, it would be impudent of me not to talk about our partner of the day, and of course that is Disney Coins. Now, if you are a coin lover like myself, then I have a feeling that you will just love this company because they are the epitome of made in America, because they're made in the USA by machines that were made in America by people who love our country, our great United States. They're made with genuine silver and they're made with genuine copper, and they are valuable, they are unique, and they are a worthwhile purchase. And Christmas is coming up, guys. Christmas is coming up. You can give them as a gift.
Alex.
I guess I'm getting a Disney coin this year for Christmas from Libby. So thank you, Libby. They come in 20 different patriotic designs, and we have two new designs coming every single month. So we will be collecting these coins here at RSBN, and we will collect these every month leading up to the election, and they make great gifts, like Libby was saying, to all of your MAGA friends. Now, they're giving a 10% off profits, and they're giving back to the conservative causes and organizations. So 10% of profits go back to conservative causes and organizations. So the benefits are very meaningful to you, and the viewer can go to www.disneycoins.com to see their inventory and start collecting their very own Trump coins today, and use the code RSBN at checkout for a discount. So while you're there, don't forget, for the huge giveaway this month, it is easy to do, so just click the giveaway tab on the left side of the screen, and the more people that enter, the more winners there will be.
Well, thank you, Alex. And one of the best ways I think we can gauge the energy here in Pennsylvania is talking to people that have actually been traveling the country, traveling the state, and seeing the support. And I know Scott, our guest host here, has been doing that for months now. So I'd love to bring Scott back in, and you can tell us about what you've been seeing here in Pennsylvania traveling around.
Absolutely. So I've been here since October 7th. I haven't been home. Like, literally, I've been here the entire month, except for one day when I went to Minnesota. But, when CPAC calls, you go. And thank you, Matt Schlatt and Dan Schneider. And I've traveled to Doylestown, Philly, Allentown, State College, Scranton, Bradford, Erie, Slippery Rock, Butler, where we are now, Pittsburgh, and also Johnstown. I mean, I've been coast to coast. And it's so funny. I've seen a lot of now hiring signs. So I've seen Optimism for the economy. And I've seen a lot of American flags, and I don't know, I've just seen the average American worker that is tired of Democrat Governor Wolf telling them that they can't open their businesses, telling them that their jobs aren't essential, telling them that their lives don't matter.
And then abortion clinics are essential, though. How can that be?
It's so topsy-turvy that, some businesses are open while ma and pa shops aren't able to continue their businesses that have been around for 50 years, 60 years. Meanwhile, we help the big corporations, and I'm not attacking them, I'm just showing the unfairness that Amazon, Walmart continue to operate at full capacity while we're closing down small, hardworking business owners that have given everything. But I want to talk about numbers for a second because, again, our people love numbers. So let's visit Florida for a second. Now, Democrats started with a huge, massive mail-in ballot advantage, close to 500,000. And a lot of our people were like, Scott, how can we possibly overcome 500,000? So, in-person early voting happened, and our people like to vote in person. And so I'm very proud to report that, number one, Florida, the last day to vote in person early is tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, Sunday, before Tuesday, if you want to lock in your vote. Now, in 2016, the Democrats had an advantage, including in-person and mail-in, by like 96,000 votes, which is still a big number. I'm happy to report on Right Side Broadcasting that Republicans at this point are going into Election Day with fewer votes at a disadvantage than they did going into 2016. Meaning, we're in a better position now in 2020 than we were in 2016 going into Election Day. And Republicans are at their lowest point in being disadvantaged by voter registration than we've been at this point. So
I think that just speaks to how much Trump has really mobilized everyday Americans to get out there and vote for their freedoms, for their jobs.
Well, and they're showing that, we've seen people who haven't voted in their entire lives, 57 years. I even heard a story about like a 80-year-old that has never voted and they were inspired to vote. So Trump is mobilizing, and more importantly, what he's doing is he's empowering. Trump is empowering the average American working class citizen, and he's giving them a voice. And he's saying to them, you matter, I recognize you, I acknowledge you, I speak for you. And see, that's what people don't understand about this movement, is we love Trump because Trump loves us. And we've never seen another candidate, I don't believe, in political history that has the same mutual love and support.
You see him on stage. You can just tell he loves doing this. The man's doing 14 rallies in 3 days. That's absolutely insane.
Crazy.
And you would never see Joe Biden doing that. You would never see any of the Democrats doing that.
No.
And it just speaks to how much he does love the everyday American and is fighting for them. And they love him too. Right now they're chanting USA. And that is not something you would hear at a Joe Biden rally. Those don't even really happen because no one would show up.
Well, and they're just so angry, and it's about victimhood, and it's about telling you how you can and cannot act. And I think the biggest difference is we're about freedom of choice and diversity of thought, and you are not limited in your actions. The only things that we want to limit is the federal government, and we want to tell the government what they can and cannot do, not the government telling us, we the people, what we can and cannot do. And that is the biggest difference between the Democrat and the Republican parties.
And I think the people see that, and I think that is going to show up here in 3 days, and we're going to get 4 more years. And I'm hoping Pennsylvania sets it over for him again, like it did. They called it after, I believe, he won Pennsylvania in 2016. And looking at the polls, last election cycle, 2016, Hillary was up on this day 6%, about 5.96%.
If not more.
Yeah. And so looking at the polls now, it's about the same for Joe Biden, and they still think that they're going to win. But the same problem again. you can't trust the polls. You
Well,
can't.
and let's talk about some pathways to victory for a second. So basically, based on the Electoral College, let's just assume for a second, we're going to assume Trump wins Florida, Trump wins North Carolina, Trump wins Georgia, and if anybody tells you Texas is going blue, they bumped their head, lost their mind, and in fact, the rural vote is coming out astronomically for Donald Trump. I mean, there are some counties like Sumter County in Florida that have already voted over 100% of their 2016 vote. So let's assume Texas, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, Iowa, all the states that Trump won that are his base states in 2016. We win Michigan, Donald Trump wins re-election. That's without Minnesota, without Wisconsin, without Pennsylvania. Michigan, you can take us home simply by voting for Trump. Or Pennsylvania takes us home. 20 electoral points. We can lose Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin. We win Pennsylvania, it's done. Or Wisconsin plus New Hampshire. Wisconsin plus New Hampshire takes us home. And right now, New Hampshire's looking close. Minnesota's looking close. Nevada's looking close. And in Arizona, I think President Trump and Martha McSally are going to win their ticket. So just everybody at home, don't be doom and gloom. I need you to keep your chin up, stay positive, stay optimistic, and most importantly, vote.
Well, that was just a really helpful message, and I really appreciate that because I think we're constantly getting told, he has no chance. Everything's
Constantly
stacked against him. The cards are stacked.
Well, they are. I mean, think about it for a second. When you vote for Trump, I want you to really understand and be cognizant of what you're voting for and what you're voting against, because the cards are stacked against us. We have the Republicans against us, the Democrats, the CIA, the FBI. We have foreign countries against us. We have the media against us. The entire world really is united against President Trump. But they don't understand that the one thing more powerful than the resources of the entire world is we, the American people. And when we come out on Tuesday, November 3rd, it is going to be a sight to see, because we are going to swarm the polls in a sea of red.
We're going to show them on Tuesday the American vote. Go out and vote. Definitely need to do that. Thank you. Now, Alex, Lilith, do you guys want to get back in here? Don't want to.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
We've got a full quad over here today. Thank you all so much. Yeah, we were hyping up the crowd earlier, and we had our other cameraman. We were just panning the crowd, something that the fake news won't do. But we've got plenty of patriots behind us. They are fans of RSBN. They know that we stand on the right side of history, and they know that we love them and we love their support. So we just like talking to the crowd, Should we read some super chats? What do you
Let's
think?
read some super chats.
Let me pull that up. All right, you got it?
Yes.
All right. We do love and appreciate all of your comments and all of your super chats. So thank you so much for supporting us. And again, we would not be able to be here without you. So thank you so much. All right. Looks like Miker120001 says, thank you, RSBN. Shout out from the Virginia 757. Thank you so much, Virginia, over here too. We've got one from Mike Kim says, fraud election happened at South Korea on April 15th, 2020 through China Communist Co-op. USA president must win a victory against communization. Victory for Mr. Trump, President 2020. Hey, if you don't want to hear it from us, hear it from the people. I mean, you heard what she said. There was election fraud in South Korea. I mean, it's happening.
It happens.
It
exists.
It does indeed. Gladiators 0109 says, be patriotic. And be patriotic and not being used by anti-American countries to use you to ruin your own land. USA, vote for President Trump. God bless USA. Thank you so much for your super chat. Daniel Noble says, RSB, love your honest journalism. Going to member up. Thank you so much, Daniel, for your super chat and for your support. Rolling with DJ Adam says, RSBN is the best. Please follow me. We love you all. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you, Adrienne, for your super chat. Thank you, JB. Welcome. Thank you for your super chat. Here we go. Let's see. Jesse says, we will take it home. Voting in Grand Rapids. Let's do it. Michiganders. Love it. Thank you so much. John says, love you guys. We love you too. Mylan, thank you for your super chat. Enrico says, Scott, if Trump wins, he literally couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, sir. That is so sweet. Honestly, I'm telling you, Scott, you Scott Pressler, 2024. He's shaking his head, but I think it'd be great.
I'd vote for him.
Oh my gosh. Luis Miller says, thank you, RSBN. Payday, go Trump, go. David says, Navy SEALs for Trump. David, thank you so much for your service. We love the SEALs. We love our vets. We love law enforcement. We love our first responders. We love law and order. We love this country. What more could you ask for? What do you think?
I think it's really important that we honor those who fought and died for our country, and that we stand for the flag, and that we stand for the anthem, and that we honor those who died, not kneel and not disrespect them.
They're trying to take that away from schools. Did you know that? Again, I'm just going to remind you, I am a public school teacher, and you can follow me on Instagram, Teachers for Trump. I help expose. Scott's laughing at me. I do expose the public school system. I expose the teachers' unions, and I help expose the stories that you share with me. So keep those stories coming. Keep sharing the disgusting things and the terrible things that your children are having to face in schools. Share that information with me, and I always anonymously share that on my platform to help raise awareness. And you know what? Let me tell you something, Alex. President Donald J. Trump is the first president to root for school choice. So how about that, families? If you needed one more reason to vote to re-elect President Trump, there it is. He is rooting for school choice, and he wants the best for our children so that our children can exceed with the best possible education, learn how to stand for the flag, learn how to respect the flag so that they don't join Antifa and BLM on the streets, because that's not what this country is about.
You're exactly right, Lilith. And you know what President Trump has also done is he's chosen to open schools and not keep them closed. Like Biden says, he wants to shut down the schools. Everything will be shut down again. I don't know if any of you are parents out there with young kids and they have to do school virtually, if they're doing it over Zoom or Skype, whatever they're using. I know that when I do that in college, I can't focus at all. I can only imagine being that age and having to try to pay attention on Zoom.
Kindergartner.
Exactly.
How do you teach a kindergartner? It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that I can't be there in person. And well, if you vote for Biden, we're never going to go back to school. So
yeah, I think the long-term effects of this are going to be a lot worse than COVID. Having everything shut down, destroying your economy, destroying your schools. Kids can't learn anything in school. There's going to be a serious gap in knowledge with our children. It's disgusting what's happening. Everything is just being shut down. Businesses going under. Now our energy industry is under attack from Biden. A complete disaster. And this is all under the Democrat rule. That is what they have advocated for, shutting everything down, and it's a disgrace, to be honest with you.
No, it is. And a lot of parents during the shutdown, Alex, a lot of families were able to see for themselves the corruption that takes place in our schools. And families are kind of fed up with the whole school shutdown nonsense. Parents have to go back to work. So what are they supposed to do? Leave their children at home unattended, or quit their job, or maybe they can't afford a babysitter or anything else like that. So it's been really hard for families to make these unrealistic expectations and to meet these unrealistic demands for their jobs and for their children who are in school. So let us know in the comments, how has a school shutdown affected you as a parent, and how has it affected you as a student? And It's real out there, parents. I encourage you, please get involved in your child's education. You see something, say something. They've been pushing BLM curriculum. They've been teaching kids how to make signs to go protest. They have been teaching kids. That police officers are murderers. They've been teaching kids that this country was founded on racism and slavery. They're teaching the kids that America is not that great. That it's not as great as you think. They're teaching kids that if you vote for Trump, you're a white supremacist. They're teaching kids all these million pronouns and all these really vile things I don't feel comfortable saying on camera, but you get the idea. They're pushing all of these, they're ramming down all of these unnecessary things down our children's throats and not teaching them the content. Just teach them math, teach them science, teach them history, teach them how to read, teach them how to write, teach them how to exercise, teach them how to play music, and that's it. And you just have to be their biggest advocate, set their standards high so that they know that they have to work in order to earn something. You know what? You know what it is? You know what the problem is? Participation trophies. I'll hand it to you now.
Everybody gets an award for losing. You're exactly right, Lilith. You really hit the nail with the hammer on that one. So we're going to have to move the camera over for a second because the lamestream media set up their camera right in front of us right there, so we won't be able to show you the president from this angle. So we're going to have to move our camera over a little bit so that we can show you the president when he comes out, because leave it to the mainstream media to set something up right in front of you. So we're going to move the camera over right now real quick for you guys.
All right, thank you, Alex. Back here in the studio, taking a look in right now at Montoursville, Pennsylvania. We're going to be there next. You got Brick Suit there, all ready to go with his Where's Hunter hat on. He's got lots of them that he's brought with him. I think he has a machine with him to make all these hats, because an embroidery machine, because he's got all kinds of them, and he comes up with new ones all the time. Anyway, we'll be in Montoursville, Pennsylvania next. This is an all Pennsylvania day for President Trump. It's a key state. The Keystone State is the key. If he wins this state, he wins the election handedly. And so we will have to see what happens. But let's see. Hold on just 1 minute here. So don't forget tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be extremely busy as well. Sunday, we have 5 rallies tomorrow all over, crisscrossing the country. I'm working on getting a list up for you so I can put it on the screen. And then we will be back on Monday for one final push, 5 more rallies, and we'll end it just like we did in 2016 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So we hope that all of you will tune in, continue to support us, because it's costing us so much money. But more so than that, we need you to pray for us, because we are, these young people out on the campaign trail are even getting tired. But it's hard to keep up with the president. Even, just here in the studio, I was up till 5 a.m. last night booking the travel, but we're going to get it done, guys. We're going to be at all the Trump rallies between now and November 2nd. So get out and vote. And now we're going to send it back live to Butler, Pennsylvania. Stand by.
Back in 2004, I believe. And hey, you know what? We love it here. We work here. We go to school here. We came here the right way. We honor this country. There were a lot of things. There were a lot of new things that we had to adjust to here. But we said, hey, we live here. We're U.S. citizens now. And so we're going to comply with the traditions that take place in the United States. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we love to hear from where you all come from. Here we go. Paul and Gwen Davis say, thanks for airing the rallies. Madeline says, thank you, RSBN. You always do such a great job. Vote for Trump in person if possible. Yes, please vote for Trump in person. Carol Pertuit says, right side, we love you. And I can't pronounce that, actually. You're doing what the other fake news should be doing. Absolutely. Peter Castellini says, from Mary Ellen and Peter Castellini, God bless Trump, God bless Rush Limbaugh, and God bless Right Side Broadcasting. If I'm slurring, I'm sorry. I'm it's getting a little cold out here, but we are doing our best. Ping says, we love your work. It is great, very clear, very energetic, very helpful for American people. All of you are great. God bless Americans. And Gary says, thank you, RSBN. President Trump is the best ever, placed in office by God, who is restoring America back unto himself. And Jim and Lisa D say, we love watching the Trump rallies on RSBN. Shout out to Livy K. Great to see you on the air. Thanks so much for all you do. Trump 2020. You are all very incredible. Thank you so much for your support. And we're just going to keep showing you the crowd. We've got all sorts of patriots here. Let's talk about the different coalitions that we have for President Trump. Latinos for Trump, blacks for Trump, legal immigrants for Trump, Asians for Trump, Hispanics for Trump. We've got teachers for Trump. That's me. Police for Trump, veterans for Trump. And, you know, if there's a coalition that we're not aware of, please let us know in the chat. But there are so many coalitions out there. Venezuelans for Trump. Again, legal immigrants for Trump. Scott, what other coalitions are there for Trump?
See that again?
What other coalitions are there for Trump? Latinos, blacks, Asians, Armenians, police, veterans?
Like I said, been inspired by President Obama since 2012, but I've never seen such a diverse coalition for our president. I mean, we're seeing a history in the making, because I don't think that any other presidential campaign has ever worked so hard to earn the black community's vote. And they have black voices for Trump offices across the country. And similarly with the gay community, I think they actually made history by having some of the first ever LGBTQ pride events, and we haven't seen that from the Republican Party before. And as we were talking about, especially in relation with China, we're going to see, I believe, a historic amount of the Asian community supporting Donald Trump, especially Chinese Americans. They are voting for Donald Trump. Women, we're seeing workers. You see, the Republican Party and Democrats have kind of switched now. Now we're seeing Republicans are the party of the working class, of your steelers, of your miners, of your loggers, of your teachers. We are the working class community. And I think Democrats, they've become this elitist, upper echelon, where they thumb their noses down to us, the quote-unquote peasants. And I think there's just been this tremendous role reversal that's happened in just 4 short years. And it's because of Donald Trump, the blue-collar billionaire.
You can't, I feel like whether you're law enforcement or first responder or a teacher or a dog walker or wherever you are, how can you not support him at this point? You're crazy if you don't support him. And there's so many crooked knockoff, and I hate to talk about celebrities because who are they for us to talk about?
Yeah.
But since they're so loud and they think that they speak for us, they don't. Let's talk about 50 Cent retracting his support for President Trump. And you know what? I think that happened right after Chelsea Handler, or whatever her name is. You know what she said? You know what this white woman said on TV? She said, I had to remind my ex-boyfriend 50 Cent that he's black, and so he can't vote for Trump. Could you imagine?
It's so racist.
They talk about racism. They talk about how, our side is racist, and, Trump supporters are so not inclusive, and we're so intolerant. And here she goes. She says on live television, I had to remind my ex-boyfriend that he's black and he can't vote for Trump. Can you imagine?
I've never encountered racism worse than what I've seen from white liberal Democrats. And, you know, I was on the corner one day, and I always go out there by myself, and I have a sign that says 3.6 million black children living in poverty. Why do Democrats choose legal immigrants first? And I'll never forget this as long as I live. There are two cars there. There's a car in the front that's being driven by two black women, and the car behind them is a white man who's got his middle finger out of his car at me. And their window was rolled down just a tiny bit. So I got their attention and I said, look at this. I'm out here advocating on behalf of the black community, and this white man behind you is flicking me off. And I said, I want you to remember this moment, that he's unhappy that I'm trying to support black lives. And I think that was a light bulb moment for them. And that should be a wake-up call for the black community, that Democrats, if they truly cared about black lives, then why are they prioritizing the needs of illegal immigrants?
Why are they silencing black conservative voices?
Why are they silencing voices or telling the black community how they should vote, what they can and cannot do, and then punishing them if they dare step outside of their lane? How is that Black Lives Matter?
Exactly. How is it that one black life can matter over another black life? And I mean, don't even get me started about the number of abortions that are done in our black communities. So if we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter, let's talk about
all black lives. Yes.
You know, Black Lives Matter unless you support Trump. Black Lives Matter unless you attend a President Trump rally. Black Lives Matter unless ...
Well, and it's like, what happened to George Floyd should have never happened, and it's wrong. And there were demonstrations, and there were riots, and there were national protests on behalf of him. But I'm reminded of Nisa Mickens and Kayla Cuevas. They were two teenage black girls that were murdered by MS-13 in New York. And I think to myself, why was George Floyd...
Oh, Trump is coming in, Scott.
Oh, wow.
That's
in the
President
helicopter?
Trump. He's coming in the helicopter.
In the copter?
Oh, my
Wow.
gosh. This man. He does not disappoint.
And the crowd is going wild.
He does not disappoint. Oh, my gosh. Libby, Alex, how are you all feeling? Look at this chopper. He does not disappoint.
I'm literally getting giddy right now. I don't know. We're just back here giggling to ourselves, so excited that the president is here right now. It is what, 6:08 right now? And we are just so excited. The crowd got all their phones out. They're taking photos. They're so excited to see him. I'm sure he'll be in here quickly. And at this time, I just want to talk about our partner for the day, which is Disney Coins. You guys can go check them out at disneycoins.com. They make really great Christmas presents. You know, Christmas is coming up here. And I was looking at them earlier today, and I was like, I know exactly what I'm getting Alex. They're perfect because they are American made on American machines by people who love this country. So how much better does it get than that? These coins are made with genuine silver and copper, and they're valuable and unique. They have over 20 plus patriotic designs and 2 new designs coming each month. Here at Right Side, we're going to be collecting these. We love checking out the new designs. I like the MAGA hat one. I think that one's one of my favorites. So check those out. And Disney is also giving 10% of their profits back to conservative causes. So it was already made in America by people who love America on American machines, but they're also giving back to conservative causes. So it cannot get any better. So definitely go check out Disney Coins and use the code RSBN to let them know that we sent you and get a discount. And so then you can get all your Christmas gifts for your family at Disney. So make sure to check those out. I think Alex has another message coming for us here.
Thank you again, Libby. And I'd just like to remind everybody that we could not be here without you guys. You guys made this possible with your donations and all of your support. So to help us continue to go to these rallies, please visit us at rsbnetwork.com/donate to help us continue to go to these rallies. You can also donate in the live chat as well on YouTube, and you can also mail to us. You can mail your donation. That is 1550 Opelika Road, spelled Opelika, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Bucks 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Now I'm going to go through some of the donations that we got on our website. So from Erin Gavenschniter, she says, love from Canada, Erin and Jessica. Thank you very much. We love our Canadians. From Eva Mellon, she says, Texas loves Trump. Renee and Steve Thomaskin, they say, good luck, President Trump. We're behind you 100% from Florida. Thank you, Duke, for your donation. He says, adding the viewers started right side broadcasting $20 20-cent donation challenge. We love you guys in Maryland. From Paul and Gwen Davis, they say, thank you for airing the rallies. From Madeline Schmidt says, thank you, RSBN. You always do such a great job. Vote Trump in person, if possible. Nanny Zerb says, your work at RSBN is alive and well in Maine. Go RSB. From Carol Pertruitt says, right side, we love you in Picayune, Mississippi. You're doing what other fake news should be doing. Raul Montez, thank you for your donation. Terry in Grand Haven, Michigan, she says, thank you for all you're doing for President Trump. Thank you all so much. Peter Castanelli says, from Mary Ellen and Peter Castanelli, God bless President Trump, God bless Rush Limbaugh, and God bless Right Side Broadcasting. From Ping says, we love your work. It is great, very clear, very energetic, very helpful for American people. All of you are great. God bless you all. Thank you all for all of your donations. Again, you guys are the reason that we are here. You guys keep us alive. You keep us going to these rallies, and the president is having 14 rallies over these next 3 days. So all of your help helps us to continue going to all of these rallies and showing you guys what the rest of the media refuses to show you, and that is the crowd. They don't show you it, but we will always show you the crowd.
Yeah, and I just want to take this time, we can even give out our social media right now, so you guys can keep in contact with us, because we just love our fans. You guys are the best. So definitely reach out, follow us. My Instagram is at libby.krieger. You can also find me on Twitter at LibbyKrieger6. That's LIBBYKRIEGER6. And then Alex, do you want to tell them about your social media so they can keep in contact with you as well?
Sure. So you can follow me on Twitter at Real A Caldwell. That is Real A Caldwell on Twitter. And make sure to follow us at RSB Network on Twitter. And you can also follow Scott Pressler at Scott Pressler on Twitter. And you can follow our friend Lilith on Instagram. What's your Instagram, Lilith?
It is Teachers for Trump. Teachers_for_Trump.
Thank you very much, Lilith. You can go follow Lilith on Instagram and follow us on Twitter as well. And we've got a bunch of these massive flight crafts coming in right now. Oh my goodness. I am very, very, very excited right now. What about you, Libby?
I have never seen him come in like this. And just the way, I'm sure your guys are seeing this right now with the big flags and the sunset in the background. This is a sight to see. It is absolutely beautiful, so patriotic, and everyone is just so excited to be here. Everyone's just completely mesmerized right now by this sight right now. So I'm really excited to see what the president has to say tonight. You know, we're 3 days out of this election for 4 more years. And here in Pennsylvania, obviously a big state that he doesn't have to win it if he wins a few others, but this would be a really key state to win. And I think talking to a lot of people in the audience, I think that's going to happen. We know fracking is a big issue, and I know Alex and I were talking before, and just the ramifications of a Biden-Harris ticket in a state like Pennsylvania that really relies on jobs and in fracking I think it's going to have a tremendous impact on the vote here. And the polls will tell you that Biden is up about 6 to 7 points, but they said that about Hillary too. You know, how can we trust that? I don't think I trust the polls as of now. I think he's going to pull it out in Pennsylvania. What do you think, Alex?
Well, the polls, I think you're exactly right. I don't think they're correct. We learned from last time that they were absolutely garbage. They were the worst things to ever happen. Nate Silver said he was going to win by about 70 or 80%. New York Times had Hillary winning 99%. They all had Hillary winning in this massive landslide that we haven't seen in years, and she lost. And they said Trump didn't have a path to 270. He couldn't do it. And you're right, he didn't get 270. He got 306. Nobody thought he'd get above 300. They didn't even think he'd win, and he got 306. He flipped Michigan. He flipped Pennsylvania. He flipped Wisconsin, what she thought she had in the bag. She didn't even go there after the convention, and he flipped it. He flipped Florida. He flipped Ohio. He flipped Iowa. And he made Minnesota close. He made Nevada close. New Hampshire, he made it close. He won a district in Maine that had not gone Republican in years. And they say he has no path forward, and he's doing better now than he did 4 years ago, and he's running against somebody who doesn't even know where he is. I think he's in good shape. You read these polls, they're garbage. They're garbage.
Look at this peaceful protest, as we like to call them. Biden could absolutely never get this turnout or the enthusiasm that President Trump does. And just the energy he brings to every single rally is unmatched. And I think it's just really evident and that he cares about the people. I know Scott and I were talking earlier, and the thing is, he cares about the person. He cares about the American people, your everyday person, and they see it. They see through the fact that the Democrats just want their vote so they can pass their socialist policies. So we might get he might be coming on here in a few minutes. We're not sure. I expect we're going to hear a lot about the fracking issue. You can even see we have some. I think there might be some steel workers here back in the stands. So I think that's going to be an issue that really resonates with Pennsylvanians. So yeah, we're gonna see what he talks about. I think fracking is going to be a big issue. And in the crowd here still.
Thank you, Libby. And what you were saying about the enthusiasm, there is so much here, and you don't get any of that at a Joe Biden rally, if you can even call it that, because sometimes in Arizona, like that one in Arizona, nobody even showed up. But there's so much energy here, and Trump is doing how many of these a day? He's doing, I believe, 4 today, 5 tomorrow, and then Biden calls a lid at 9 a.m. Biden, we can't have. If a country is threatening to destroy us, for instance, if Kim Jong-un said, I'm going to destroy the United States, Biden's not going to call the lid at 9 a.m. We're going to get destroyed. You can't trust them to take care of anything.
Tell them, Alex. I love this passion from these young college students here.
Thank you, Lilith.
You can also tell that the people are here to see him, and they're so excited because they're not just here in this beautiful weather. I mean, it's a pretty picture, but it is cold. Any of us can tell you right now, our hands are freezing, our feet are freezing, and everyone in the audience is feeling that too. But they still came out and waited for hours just to see the president. So that's some real dedication right there.
Be advised on final approach.
Looks like we might be getting the president here.
Marine One will be coming in. Oh, there it is. You can see it coming in right now. Oh my goodness.
Look at that sunset too. I think it's foreshadowing maybe of a beautiful ending here in Pennsylvania.
What a sight. I have never seen Marine One before. How about you, Libby?
I've never seen it either. I've seen him on Air Force One, but that's about it. I don't think I've ever seen Marine One. So this is a really fun experience for myself as well. Yeah.
It's cool to see him come in different vehicles. Sometimes he'll come in the Beast, and it's so cool to see that. He'll come in an Air Force One. It's so cool to watch that land and watch him come out. And now we get to see him come out of Marine One. The first time I have ever seen that in person. It is massive. I mean, that is a big helicopter. You don't typically think of helicopters being massive. That is a big helicopter. And it is such a cool sight. It looks like America. Seeing a president fly by an American flag in a helicopter just looks like America.
Wouldn't you just love to go on that?
I'd love to.
I would love that. It's so American, as you said before.
Yes, it really is.
So patriotic. You know, all these patriots here. I wonder how many people we actually have here today. I mean, it's pretty full.
We've got thousands here, at least. I'm saying at least 5,000, and I could be grossly underestimating that, possibly even 10.
I'm not good at estimating numbers, but, you know, the sea of red, I think, might be indicative of a red wave coming here. So.
I think so. Yeah, I don't buy that Biden is up 7 points in the polls in Pennsylvania. I don't buy that at all.
Especially when you look at what happened in Philadelphia recently. You know, you're having riots again, and that is exactly what happens when you have Democrats. You know, they won't call out Black Lives Matter. They won't call out Antifa. You know, Joe Biden said Antifa's an idea, not an organization. And tell that to the cities that are burning down. Tell that to the families and the businesses that are no longer, you know, they're not the same. Those businesses are never coming back. And you just can't recover from that. And I think that might also help President Trump whenever you see the riots and like the recklessness that a Biden administration would not do anything about.
No, you're exactly right. And you know what? This man has had one gaffe after another. He's tripping over one coffee table after another. For instance, he's in Minnesota. He said that the Trump supporters in Minnesota, he called them ugly people. And then he's telling manufacturers, he said, oh, don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. He called a voter fat. He's challenging people to do push-up contests. This man is not a man that should be running our country. I'm sorry. And then he had this gaffe where he was speaking in a rally and nobody even know what he said. He tried to say a word and it came out like pressure. Nobody knew what he was trying to say.
Alex, did you see in this one interview, Joe Biden said he was running against George. He thinks he's running against, I'm not sure, George H.W., George W.? Needless to say, whatever he was thinking, he is not in the right state. And that's, no matter if you like him or not, that should be something that is concerning whenever this is the president of the United States, the leader of the free world. We need someone who is mentally capable of making these decisions. And right. President Trump has made it very clear. He has made a big distinction between his capacity and Joe Biden's, and that's not in anything in a rude sense. That's just the reality of the situation. You know, he's coming out and doing so many rallies. He's always sharp, and Joe Biden, we can just not say the same for him. And it's honestly a little bit sad to see where we're at with that. But yeah.
We need sharpness. We need somebody who's sharp, and President Trump has shown at the age of 74 he is as sharp as somebody who is 24. And Joe Biden, he doesn't have that. He called himself his own husband. He was at a rally where his wife, Jill Biden, is speaking, and he's walking around in the background like a lost puppy. He's just walking around, looking around. He doesn't know where he is. And the left just makes excuses for him. Like you were saying with the whole George situation. They were saying that, oh, he was talking about George Lopez. No, he said we can't afford 4 more years of George. George Lopez isn't the president. And in fact, I think that argument makes it worse because then it implies that he thought George Lopez was the president. He is not a sharp individual. He's not a talented individual. He never has been. He never will be. He really shouldn't be in politics. He's been there 47 years and he's done absolutely nothing but destroy this country and bring it down and lose us millions and millions of jobs.
Oh my goodness, Alex, I think he is about to get off Marine One here in just a few minutes. You can tell it's getting really close. And while you guys are there watching on YouTube, while we're showing the crowds, we are the ones who show you the crowds. We're the ones who show you what the real rallies look like, which the mainstream media will not do every single time. So make sure you keep on donating in that YouTube super chat, or you go to our website at www.rsbnetwork.com/donate, because we are viewer funded and we could not do this without you guys. We could not go to all of these rallies without you guys. And also you can send us a check in the mail. We'd really appreciate that as well. That's 1550 Opelika Road, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. And then we have the partner for the day is Disney Coins. I know Alex and I were looking at their website earlier. Alex, what was your favorite coin?
I definitely think it was the MAGA hat Trump coin.
Yeah, that one was one of my top as well. Disney coins are the epitome of made in America. They're made on American machines in America by people who love America. What gets better than that? You know, I'll tell you what gets better than that, actually. They donate 10% back to conservative causes. So whenever you're getting this, you know, it's Christmas season, get these for your friends, your family, perfect gift. You're also donating back to a good cause. These coins are valuable and unique, and they come in over 20 different patriotic designs, and they're the perfect present. And so make sure you go to disneycoins.com and you enter the code RSBN to get a discount and let them know that we sent you. We here at Right Side will be collecting these coins. You know, there's so many great designs. They actually come out with 2 new ones every month. So definitely go check those out and make sure you get those American made, get them for gifts, support this country, support the conservative cause.
I just want to say a couple of things about Biden and Kamala. I know that she doesn't like it when anyone says that. Kamala, she's like, it's Kamala. But you know what? Biden has said Kamala many times, but whatever, he can get away with it. Anyway, Biden has on numerous accounts said that Antifa is just an idea, and Nadler has said that.
Tell that to the families that are living in these cities burning down. Tell that to the family businesses that are burned down and never coming back.
Yeah, Nadler, tell those people that that's a myth, that Antifa is a myth. Why is it then, when you type in Antifa.com, it redirects you to Joe Biden's website? Is that just a coincidence? And, you know, he came up with his own really long word yesterday at his Pennsylvania car rally yesterday. Did you guys catch that?
I couldn't even understand what he said.
He said, Joe Biden yesterday said, I will lead an effective strategy to mobilize true and imminent pressure. It was crazy. It was like he was having a stroke. It was so sad. It was so sad. But oh my gosh, President Trump looks like he is coming out.
Don't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, Pennsylvania. Let's go, Pennsylvania. We've got to do the same thing we did 4 years ago, and I have a feeling, look at this, I have a feeling we're going to do it. And hello, Butler, right? 3 days from now, we are going to win the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and we are going to win 4 more years in our great and beautiful White House. With your support, we will continue to bring back your jobs, cut your taxes, cut regulations, and ensure more products are stamped very proudly with that wonderful term, made in the USA. Nobody else talks about that. Next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. You saw what happened the other day. They don't like to report it. GDP, 33.1, biggest in history. Biggest in history by far. Some people say it's one of the biggest moments for our country. Economically, they don't like to report it. There's a lot of fake news out there. A lot of fake news. Thank you. Thank you. Joe Biden will shut down your economy, ship your jobs to China where they pay him a lot of money, raise your taxes $4 trillion, and send your state into a deep and catastrophic depression. That's what's going to happen. You're going to raise your taxes. He's the only man I've ever seen. He campaigns, we will raise your taxes. All my life I've seen guys, you study politics and you say, I've never seen anyone say, we're going to raise your taxes. That's his primary theme, we're going to raise your taxes. And we'll end fracking. That was the other thing. Remember? He said it for a year, and then he came to Pennsylvania. They said, we have 1 million jobs. Oh, okay, well, we'll leave fracking. But the people won't let him. His bosses won't let him. Biden has vowed to abolish the entire U.S. oil industry. No fracking, no mining, no natural gas, no heating in the winter, no air conditioning in the summer, no electricity during peak hours. And gas prices, you like that $2 gas, right? How about $5, $6, and $7? Darling, let's sell the car. It's a little bit too large. Let's get a compact. Biden's plan is an economic death sentence for Pennsylvania. He will outlaw fracking and eradicate your great economy. You had the greatest year you've ever had last year. Now next year you're going to have the best. If this happens with the taxes and with the fracking, you're going to have a real problem in Pennsylvania. Kamala Harris. You have to pronounce her name exactly right or she gets very upset with you. Although our great vice president beat her very badly in that debate, wouldn't you say? Very badly. By far the most liberal senator in the U.S. Senate. In fact, Bernie Sanders is like a conservative by comparison. She even sponsored the Green New Deal. That's another beauty, the Green New Deal. But I have great news for Pennsylvania. So this has just happened. This is like breaking news. Are you ready for breaking news? Because we have to protect you. You ready? Moments ago, I signed an order to protect Pennsylvania fracking and block any effort to undermine energy production in your state. So, in other words, if one of these maniacs come along and they say, we're going to end fracking, we're going to destroy the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you can say, sorry about that. You have I signed it on the beautiful Marine One. Did you see that? I said, go right over them. Did you see it? Go right over you. Wow. It's a good way to arrive, right? No, I just signed it on the helicopter. I just signed it, and I'm very honored to have done it. So we're protected. So now if they say we're going to do this or that, let's just say they're going to have a long fight. Pennsylvania oil and natural gas in the Marcellus Shale contributes $45 billion to your local economy. I'd say $45 billion's a lot. No, but he said so for what, a year, right? He's on the stage with the super liberals. They had like 27 of them. We only had 17 running for the Republican, you remember? 17 plus 1, I was the one. And they said, no, he doesn't really want it. He just wants to have a good time. No. And by the way, do you consider this a good time? Okay. Okay, let me ask you, is there a better place to be anytime, anywhere than a Trump rally, right? We're having a good time. We have a good time. You know why I have a good time? because no president, no administration has done more in the first 3.5 years with tax cuts and regulation cuts and rebuilding our military and helping our vets and all of the things we've done, and therefore I have a good time. But we're fighting a very nasty deep state, and if we win, and we're going to, I think, you know, I don't know if you see what's going on. Florida, ooh, it's looking very good. They're very concerned. They say, what's going on in Florida? We love Florida. We're getting a lot of votes down there. This isn't based on polling, you know, polling where they say, let's see, what are we going to give him today? Let's put him down like 30. What are we going to do? Suppression, you know, let's do a suppression. No, the votes are actually coming in. We're looking very good at a place called Pennsylvania, but don't tell everybody. Right, Mike, have you seen? Our great Congressman, Mike, have you seen? Very good numbers. Very, very good numbers. Incredible. But you know, when you have crowds like this, and honestly, this is my third stop. Can you believe I have a fourth one? Other guys, they go home, darling, what are we having for dinner? I say, I got to speak in front of another 25,000 tonight. It's all right. That's all right. We got to do what we got to do. We got to get the job done. Just make sure you get out and vote. But Pennsylvania Oil and Natural Gas supports nearly 1 million Pennsylvania jobs. So when Sleepy Joe heard that, he said, yeah, of course I like fracking, you know, but it's not going to happen. It won't happen. You know, it's not real. And it's one of the state's top exports. That's what it is. Energy is your top, or one of your top exports. It's the biggest thing you do. If Joe Biden is elected, he will cancel and you know that, he's going to terminate, frankly, a better word, terminate your energy industry and every job, because they want to go to wind. You know, they don't even want wind. Honestly, I don't think they want energy, period. Close down every factory. I don't think they want anything. I don't think they have any idea what they want. I know Joe doesn't for a fact. He has no clue. He is totally shot, okay? You see the new sunglasses? The aviator glasses, right? They should be a little bit larger. Covers up those new eyes. A vote for Biden and Harris is a vote to ban fracking, ban mining, and completely destroy Pennsylvania. Otherwise, he's not bad. You know. A vote for me is a vote to remain energy independent and build the strongest economy in the history of your state and of your country. And our economy is now growing at the fastest rate ever recorded. That was the 33.1% that the fake news doesn't want to talk about. Think of that. Faster than any nation in the world. In the past 5 months, we've created a record 11.4 million American jobs. That's all right. We've never done that. We've never done it. You know what? We built such a strong foundation. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And when we had the plague come in from China. And we had to close it up for a little while, and we closed it up, but the foundation was so strong. And that's why, I don't know if you saw auto production, housing production, the numbers are through the roof. Many of the numbers are bigger and better. Did you know this, Mike Kelly? The numbers are bigger and better than they were before the plague came in, okay? It's pretty amazing, right? It's pretty amazing. That's because the foundation, if we didn't have the foundation, it would be just the opposite. We would have been in big trouble. And again, faster than any other nation. While foreign nations are in a total free fall, we're creating the world's greatest economic powerhouse. And that's what we're doing. We're going to have a greater year next year. I mean, unless somebody comes in and quadruples your taxes, we're going to raise taxes. A recent Gallup poll, this is amazing, just came out, found that 56% of Americans say they're better off today than they were 4 years ago under the Obama-Biden administration. And in all fairness, that's during a pandemic, and we're rounding the corner of the pandemic, but that's during a pandemic. Think of that. If Biden, thank you too. I don't know, he's got to have they're back there. Look at that, you can't even see. You can't even see, you can't even see the end of people. A lot of people. There's a lot of people here. If Biden gets in, the economy will collapse. To save your steel jobs, I imposed historic tariffs on dumped steel. Remember, they were dumping, China was dumping steel all over the place. I said, you're dumping steel. We didn't do it. Oh, it didn't? Oh, I see. They'd send it through other countries, right? We didn't do it. I'd say, how did that country do it? They don't have a steel mill. They don't make the product. We didn't do it. Came through, we won't use a name, came through Thailand. Oh, but they don't do this. They don't happen to do this. We saved 1,400 jobs at AK Steel right here in Butler. Anybody work at AK? No? I know they're voting for us. Right? We did a good job. That was not good what was happening. We did a good job. That's great. I love that. Biden will remove all the tariffs. He said, I'm going to take the tariffs off. They pay us tens of billions of dollars a year. We never got 10 cents from China. China's done more to hurt our economy for years and years. They take out hundreds of billions of dollars, not millions. Millions is a lot. Hundreds of billions of dollars. That $507 billion got sucked out of our country. And then on top of it, we have the pandemic, which they could have stopped. They stopped it from going into the rest of China. We think, you know, they're very secretive. Have you ever heard that? They're a little different than our country. They talk about deaths. Yes, one person passed away in China. No, they had a big problem too, but they could have stopped it. Instead, it went out to Europe, the U.S., and the rest of the world, 188 countries. So it was really so. Congratulations, because Biden will close down AK Steel. How do you feel about being closed down? They don't like that idea. He will, though. That's what happens. Joe Biden is a diehard globalist who spent the last 47 years outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure in endless foreign wars in countries that most of you have never even heard of. Biden is a Washington vulture who decimated your steel mills, annihilated your coal jobs, that's for sure, and supported every disastrous sellout trade deal for a half a century. Biden was a cheerleader for NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made, and for China's entry into the World Trade Organization, where they are considered at a level where they get all the advantages. We don't get the advantages. They're considered a developing nation. I said, no, you're not going to be a developing nation. We're a developing nation. Because if you're a developing nation, you get all of the advantages. And we were treated very badly, and we said, look, we're going to have to talk about this. You know, we pulled out of the World Health Organization. You know why? No. So we have 325 million people. China has 1.5 billion people, right? We paid $500 million a year. They paid $39 million a year. In addition to that, they had guys, and for this I give them credit, but they had guys that practically ran the place, right? So they're paying 39, and we're paying 500, and we have a smaller population, but we have a stronger economy, and we were beating them. You know, for the last 10 years, anybody in business, you heard 2019, China will surpass the United States in the economy. That China was going to be a bigger economy than 2019, and then I came along, and we were skyrocketing way above. They would have never caught us. They would have never caught us. Then we got hit with the plague, but now we're bringing it back into, you know, I talked about a V, and the fake news said it won't happen. It's a super V. Super V. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, we have a super V. That's even better. They all said, oh, it won't be a V. It'll be a K, or it'll be an S. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They want to make it as bad as possible, but it's a super V. That's what's going to happen. And big thing in the election, if we win, you're going to see a stock market that roars. We have a headwind, and the headwind is we're in an election. If Biden never got in, you'll go, I mean, can you imagine? quadrupling everyone's taxes and all of the regulations put back on. And I'm a believer in regulation, but not where it takes you 20 years to build a highway. We're down to, by the way, we're down to 2 years. We're going to get it down to 1. And it may get rejected. And if it does, that's fine for safety reasons, for environmental reasons, something. But you're going to know in a year. And you're going to be able to build your highway. And it's so much, you have no idea. We have done, you are so lucky I'm your president. You are so lucky. You are so lucky that we've taken this journey together, right? We've taken this journey, this beautiful journey together, and it's been an amazing journey, but we've accomplished so much. At every turn, Biden twisted his knife into the backs of Pennsylvania workers. When Sleepy Joe Biden was giving China your jobs, his family was raking in millions and millions of dollars from the Chinese Communist Party. And whether you like it or not, Joe Biden is a corrupt politician, and you see what's happened. And they don't like that. See, what they'll do is they're going to do, because they don't want any of that to get out, because we've learned a lot about the media. They don't let any of this get out. They don't want any of it to get out. Nobody knew this. We have learned more in the last 2 weeks about the media and about the tech giants, big tech. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot. But you know what? The word spreads. It's very hard for them. Take a look at this. The word spreads. If Biden wins, China wins. When we win, America wins, and we produce the greatest economy ever. In 2016, Pennsylvania voted to fire this corrupt political establishment, and you elected an outsider as president who is finally putting America first. You mind? And if I don't sound like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician. Guess it's one of the reasons I got elected. Like these guys, like my friends, they're good politicians. If I don't always play by the rules of Washington and the Washington establishment, it's because I was elected to fight for you, and I fight harder for you than any president has ever fought. That I can tell you. And I'm not just running against Joe Biden. I'm running against the left-wing media, the big tech giants, the rhinos. You know what a rhino is? A rhino is Republican in name only. We know too many of them, right? But they're a dying breed. They can't believe it. They used to make so much money, and now they're reduced to doing other things. They don't like us too much, but that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. And the Washington swamp, we are draining. The swamp was very deep and very vicious. On Tuesday, November 3rd, you can send them a message that they will never forget. You don't have to take my word on Biden's betrayals. So what I do for very special states like Pennsylvania, what I do is we produce a video. Go, take a look. It's an expensive video. Take a look.
I never said I oppose fracking.
You said it on tape.
I did. Show the tape. Put it on your website.
I'll put it on.
Put it on the website.
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated. I guarantee we're going to end fossil fuel. No more, no new fracking.
I'd gradually move away from fracking.
And I think it's critically important on day one that we end any fossil fuel leases on public lands.
Well, like, what about, say, stopping fracking and stopping pipeline infrastructure? And
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
I have one final question.
Would he close down the oil industry?
It falls.
Or would you close down the oil
By the way, I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I would
that's
transition.
A big statement.
It is a big
in
statement.
In terms of business, that's the biggest statement.
Okay.
Because basically what he's saying is he is going to destroy the oil industry. Okay. Will you remember that, Texas? Will you remember that, Pennsylvania?
You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate. So vote! Vote! Visit iwill.com/Ohio. God bless you.
Can somebody tell Joe, by the way, it's not a real website, and Joe, you're running for president, not senator, and by the way, that senator, the Mormon guy, is Mitt Romney, not some Mormon governor. Now, sadly, what we showed you, that's just from a couple of hours today, because every time that Joe actually leaves the basement bunker and stays out past 10 a.m., well, disaster ensues. Here's a quick reminder.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330. We choose truth over facts. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Donald Trump does pose an extra threat to this. It's not hypothetical.
This is pretty serious. By the way, these are way beyond an occasional campaign gaffe, and I am beginning, I'm more than a little worried that this man could represent a clear and present danger to this country. He's obviously not capable of leading. He's been hiding the entire campaign, and the corrupt media mob is covering for him. Joe wants to be the president of the United States of America. That would be the toughest job in the world. And at times, Joe doesn't seem to remember that he's even running for president, or what state he's in, or what day of the week it is. Does anyone really believe that if elected, that Joe Biden will actually be in control of anything?
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, he's going to find ourselves in a position where if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
What do we have here?
Spooky, creepy. Creepy Uncle Joe.
Oh, it's funny. It's Joe.
Come on, man. Candy's for the kids.
Maybe he forgot.
Wait a minute. You look familiar. Who are you?
Are we gonna let him get away with this?
She took everything.
Thank you very much. There's a lot of truth in that, isn't there? This election is a choice between a Biden depression, which is what will happen, or a Trump boom. There's going to be a boom. It's a choice between a deadly Biden lockdown. And by the way, Governor, open up the state of Pennsylvania. Open it up. Open up those schools, open it up. Or a safe vaccine that ends the pandemic. It's ending anyway, but we have the greatest companies in the world, and we're literally weeks away. And we're going to mass distribute the vaccine in just a little while. We have our great military doing it, and they are set to do this. They're going to do it so quickly. We'll eradicate more quickly the virus, wipe out the China plague once and for all, and it's back to work, which is what we want. You know what we want? We want normal. We want normal. We want normal. Let's go back. Go back 7 months. Hello, how are you doing? Biden will delay the vaccine and impose a crushing lockdown on all Americans. You know, he wants to lock it down. He has no idea what they'll tell him what to do. He'll do whatever they ask. Even on the youngest Americans who are at the lowest risk, like Barron Trump, 14 years old. Sir, your son just tested positive. I said, positive for what, Doc? He said, he didn't say the China plague. He said he's got COVID. So he's 14. He's very tall. You know, Barron, right? He's very tall, but he's strong. And he's got 12. I asked like 12 minutes later, how's Barron doing? Sir, he's fine. It's all God. I said, that wasn't too long, Doc. Are you sure he had it? Yeah, he had it. That's why I say, get the kids back to school. Get them back. Get them back to school. But I had it. I'm sure you didn't hear that. Did you hear that, sir? Did you see the debate the other night? Yes? That was a big debate. That had a lot of people watching. That was good. That was good. We did a good job of exposing. That was like Perry Mason. You know, the whole thing about the oil. I said, well, wait a minute. Let's talk about this. We're just about ready to go off the air. Even she looked, Kristen Walker, she was fair. She wasn't supposed to be. She was fair. She looked at him when he made the statement about, yeah, we're going to transition out of oil. We're going to transition out of this, out of the fracking. And she said, why did you say that, right? Even I said, I felt like Perry Mason. You know, in the end, everything's going badly, and then I did it. It was him. I'm going to transition. He didn't have to answer. I said, you mean you're going to get out of oil? No, I'm going to transition. Oh, that's okay. What did you say? And I just hope you people were listening, okay? Because that's where it's coming. The Biden lockdown will result in countless deaths from suicide, drug overdose, deferred medical care, all sorts of abuse, all sorts of problems. The cure can never be worse. Remember, I've been saying it from the beginning. Then the problem itself. Can't do that. He will imprison you in your home, letting rioters roam free. You know, we call this a protest because the only way you can meet is if you have a protest. They weren't expecting this kind of a protest, right? You know, if you want to go to church, so if you want to go to church, you can't. If you want to burn down the stores and run down Main Street and knock people over and do whatever you want to do, that's okay, because they want to make sure that they can protest, not with me. Under Biden, there will be no school, no graduations, no weddings, no Thanksgiving, no Easter, no Christmas, no 4th of July, no nothing. Other than that, you're going to have a wonderful life. Now, we've got a great future. We have more potential in this country. He made a mistake today. I watched him. You know, it was really boring. There was like 10 people, and Obama came, brought another 10 with him. They have nobody. All you hear is like a couple of horns, and most of the horns are like from our people. You know, did you see? And he called them, what did he call them? Ugly people or something. That was terrible. He shouldn't say, it's not politically correct. He's been in this business a long time, 47 years. He shouldn't be saying that. Yeah, but most of the noise is our people. It's like, this is some, you know, in history, there's never been a movement like this. There really hasn't. There's never been anything like this. There's never been. And we have the fake news 96% against us. Think of it. Because you're smart. The smartest people are you. You get it. No, you have them against, their heads are exploding, as a friend of ours would say. If you want a vaccine to kill the virus, a job to support your great family and freedom to live your life, then I am asking you to vote for Republican, vote for Trump. Let's keep it going. We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. We have more potential, but Biden said today, he said, there's never been a better time to run. There's never been a better time to run this country. This country is in great shape. And I'm saying, wait a minute, he's not supposed to be saying that. It was sort of a strange statement. I don't know if anybody picked it up. I'm sure if they did, they wouldn't mention it. Oh, if I did, it's a disaster. I have to watch every word, even pronunciation. If you pronounce a word slightly off, you know, you're talking for 5 days, one word, it's like, oh, these people are the worst. Joining us today are the opposite of the worst. They're warriors, and they've been with me from the beginning, 197 to nothing with the fake impeachment, the impeachment over a phone call. Hello, congratulations on winning, right? Ukraine. If you see any corruption, please report it to the Attorney General of the United States, because they have a lot of corruption in Ukraine. They say, let's impeach him for that. And what a disgrace. Honestly, wasn't that a disgrace? Think of it. The time wasted. The time wasted. But we have some people that fought with me and on other things too, and we haven't lost. We haven't lost yet. We'll start with a man who is great, respected by everybody in Washington and here, and loved by this entire state, Congressman Mike Kelly, a real friend. Great Mike, great guy. And another warrior, Guy Reschenthaler. Guy, where's Guy? What happened to your location, Guy? What happened? You're being very nice to a lot of people, Guy. That's very good. Thank you. Great help. And another one, Congressman G.T. Thompson. G.T. Great, thank you. Great job. The warriors, they really are incredible. And we want to get you a couple of, G.T., can we get you a couple of other warriors? Do you mind? Congressional candidates, Luke Negron. Luke Negron. Where's Luke? I heard you're doing very well, Luke. Go win. Get him in. Get these people out. Get the Nancy Pelosi crowd out. Crazy Nancy. Crazy Nancy. They don't represent your values. They don't. Another one who's going to be an absolute star, running against a lamb, a little lamb. Running against a lamb. And this guy is, he's fantastic. I'll tell you, you have to see his record. He's a hero. He's a hero. He's a star. I'm even tweeting him all the time. I said, he's got to, you know, they fixed around and played around with the district. Now they're having a problem with ballots. They sent like thousands of ballots out, and they were wrong. So they said, oh, don't worry about them. Just send them. And they will. You know where they'll send them to? The Elections Commission. So Sean's got to be careful. But Sean is a star. Sean Parnell. Sean. He's a star. And he's a tough cookie. Tough cookie, maybe tough enough. I don't know. This is interesting, Sean. Maybe tough enough to have played football for the great Lou Holtz, who's a friend of mine. Where is Lou Holtz? Come here, Lou. Come here. So Lou is a great, great coach and a great guy, and he's an inspiration to a lot of people. He just lost his incredible wife. How many years, Lou, were you in?
59 years.
59. That's one I'll never be able to top you on, Lou. But he had a great wife who was really brave in what she went through, and he's getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom for just an outstanding life. Want to say something, Lou? Say something. Go ahead, Lou.
I am just so humbled to be here. This crowd, the enthusiasm, the people are tremendous. The only thing I want to say is, ask yourself if you didn't show up, who would miss you and why. Think what would happen if President Trump hadn't shown up in the year 2016 and what he has done for this country and how great. Let's just show up on November 3rd or before then to make sure that this country has a chance. Because this isn't about Republican, Democrat. It's about right versus wrong, good versus evil, freedom. Thank you.
Wow. Hey, I'm glad I brought him up, huh? That's great. He's a great gentleman, great man. We're also joined by many members of UAW Local 3303. Where are you? They've been great. They have been great. What a group. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it very much. Great people. We have so many endorsements from so many, but we have almost every law enforcement group is endorsing us. Almost everyone. We have a lot. So who's with law enforcement tonight? Law enforcement. Yep. Tremendous. The sheriffs, Florida, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, New York's finest endorsed. First time they've ever endorsed endorsed a presidential candidate. So it's been great. Chicago, can you imagine Chicago? The police in Chicago, they're having a hard time. They have people that won't let them do their job. They just won't let them do their job. When you see, when you see the New York stats go way up, Chicago go way up, and then Portland, we want to go into Portland so badly. Take out the anarchists. It would take us about 25 minutes. You saw what happened in Minneapolis. After a week and a half, they could have called a little quicker, like about an hour. But remember the CNN, look, the light always goes off whenever. Turn the light off. He's talking about us again. It's all right. The ratings aren't that good, so it's not like you're listening to him. Remember that guy? Does the little shave job, right? I was thinking about doing it, but I wanted to remain your president. No, shave head. He goes, Ali Velcher, right? Ali Velcher. I don't even know who the hell he is. I just have a good memory. Ali Velcher. And he's going, this is a peaceful protest. He's being hit by rocks and stuff. This is a peaceful protest. It's wonderful to see such a peaceful protest. And then they have the camera on him. And behind, you have a city that's burning. It's blocks long. I've never seen fire like that. I always say, it looked like Berlin in the worst day of the war. And he's saying, this is a peaceful protest. Well, this is a peaceful protest also. For 47 years, Joe Biden betrayed, insulted, jailed, and attacked black Americans. He called them super predators. He used the term super predators. And he's not a good person, I can tell you, because some people knew him in prime time. This is no longer prime time. Now he's shot. Some people knew him in prime time. He's not. And frankly, if he were, I would never say the things I say about him, but he's not a good person. I signed landmark criminal justice reform, and in a second term, will continue fighting for African Americans like never before. And I appreciate the support that I'm getting in the election. It's very early, but I really appreciate it. From African Americans and from Hispanic Americans, the support has been incredible. In Florida, you have to see what's going on. You're going to go home. They're trying to figure out what is going on. I never say we won Florida. I never say we won anything, But I'll tell you, it's going to be tough for them to catch us. It's going to be very tough. We've had tremendous support from the black community, from the Hispanic community. It's been incredible. All over. And we appreciate it. But when he's calling and using terms like super predator, which is a term that you can't use, but he used it all over the place. To protect our security, I suspended the entry of foreign refugees from terror-afflicted nations. Biden has pledged a staggering 700% increase in refugees from the most violent terrorist hotspots anywhere on earth. If you don't mind, I'll end that. And that was the deal, the manifesto that he agreed to with Bernie Sanders and AOC +3, right? So you had Bernie Sanders. This actually took them further left. Bernie wasn't even there. 700% increase. The Biden plan would overwhelm your communities and hospitals and open the floodgates to radical Islamic terrorism. Call France. Ask them, how are they doing? How are they doing? You saw what's happened. What's happened is a disgrace. I called the president, Macron, good friend of mine, great guy. And I just gave our condolences on behalf of our country, but what's going on over there is terrible. So if you don't mind, we'll take a pass. Is that okay? I passed the ban, right? The ban. And everybody said, oh, what a terrible thing. A lot of them said, what a terrible thing, but let's not fight it. And we won in the Supreme Court a long time ago, and now we keep people out who can't love our country or people that want to hurt people. We want them out, and we will keep them out. I am also keeping the terrorists and jihadists. And again, some people say that's not politically acceptable, but whether it is or not, I have to do what's right for our country. We are keeping them the hell out of our country. We invested $2.5 trillion, most ever, in the United States military. We've totally rebuilt our military. Our military was depleted. Our military was totally depleted from years of endless wars that just kept going on and on. We became the policemen of nations, and we invested $2.5. We have the finest equipment in the world. We are the envy of Russia and China and
North Korea and anybody else. We have equipment, the rockets and missiles and tanks and submarines. Nobody does like we have the submarines. And all of the things that we've been doing and building, and our planes, the F-35 stealth, you can't see it. It's hard to shoot down because you can't see it. The enemy says, you know, we want to figure that one out. And in 5 years they will. The only thing they won't figure out is the wall and the wheel, right? The wall and the wheel. We are doing great on that wall. It's almost complete. That's why you don't hear about it anymore. And we saved a place called, I'm sure you never heard of it, the Philadelphia Shipyard. You know that? And Biden was shutting it down. They were shutting it down. And we said, no, thank you. We'll keep it open. And it's doing a good job. We also passed VA choice and VA accountability, our great vets. And we recently got a 91% approval rating from our vets. So now the vets can go online. And if they have to wait a long time to see a doctor, we have great doctors in there, but have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a long time. They go out, they get a doctor, local doctor. We take care of the bill, and we take care of our great vets. We take care of our vets. They've been trying to get that for 44 years or something. And the accountability is where they don't treat we have people that work there that don't treat our vets with respect. They don't treat them good. They don't love our vets like we do. And we couldn't do anything about it because of unions and because of civil service and lots of other reasons. And they've been trying to get this for over 40 years. And now if we have somebody that doesn't treat our vets right, if they're sadistic, if they steal from them, if they do bad things to them, we say, Jim, sorry, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. And we got them out. And we terminated about 8,000 people that should have never been there. We couldn't do anything about it. So our vets are leading a much better life. Really, it's a tremendous thing. Not that I like firing people. I don't like firing people, but they're leading a much better life. They were some terrible people in there. They couldn't do a thing about it. You couldn't do a thing about it. Last night, they never thought they'd get that one passed. Last night, on my direction, the United States military conducted a successful operation to rescue an American hostage kidnapped overseas. It was 96 hours. 96 hours. Our incredible people from the U.S. Special Forces brilliantly executed a daring nighttime operation. They kidnapped an American in a faraway land. Over the last 4 years, we've rescued over 55 hostages and detainees in more than 24 countries. And we don't pay. We never pay. If you pay, you'll have thousands of people all of a sudden. You can't pay. No, this taught them a lesson. We had no casualties, nobody injured, except the other side was badly injured. I'll tell you, you have no idea. I won't tell you how badly injured. But they kidnapped an American, and they can't do that. And I just want to thank Special Forces. These are really special forces, but they're really special people. And today's operation should serve as a stark warning to terrorists and thugs who try to kidnap our people, no matter where it may be. You cannot escape the long reach of American justice. So they did a great job. And as you know, we wiped out 100% of the ISIS caliphate, Syria and Iraq. And we killed the vicious, horrible founder and leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. They were looking for him for 18 years. One of the first things I said is, find al-Baghdadi. And they found him. And they killed him. That was Conan, right? Conan, the dog Conan, who was incredible. In fact, they gave Conan far more credit than the president, but that's okay. He deserved it, actually. We took out the mass murder of U.S. troops and many people. The worst terrorist of them all, Soleimani, is dead. Soleimani is dead. And I withdrew from last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal, $150 billion for nothing, for nothing. 1.8 billion in cash we gave them. Can you believe it? What is 1.8 billion, Mike, in cash? How did you let that happen, Mike? He said, it wasn't my fault. I recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. I also recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. They've been working on it for 52 years. We got it done in 2 hours. And instead of endless war, we're forging peace in the Middle East. You see what's happening. They're all coming together. No more blood in the sand. Biden will plunge us into one ridiculous foreign war after another. He loves the war stuff, you know. It's like, hey, we want to have the greatest stuff for the world. We don't have to fight, but if we ever fight, we only fight to win. We only fight to win. Not, let's do this, oh, let's not do that. No, if we fight to win. Thank you. Thank you very much. A vote for me and the Republican Party is a vote to save the American dream. Very simple. And just remember, the late, great Abraham Lincoln happened to be a Republican, right? Got to remember that. You got to remember that. In conclusion, over the next 4 years, I could stay with you all night. I have to go to another part. Can you believe it? I'm going to take that chopper. We're going to go to another part of Pennsylvania. And then we're going to have such a big day on Tuesday. No, the fake news can't believe it. They say, this guy has a, you know, they follow me all over. They say, this guy's got a lot of energy, I'll tell you. Thank you very much. Over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world. And we will end our reliance on China, and we've already started that long ago, actually. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities. We will defend the right to life, free speech, religious liberty, and the right to keep and bear arms. Second Amendment. Your Second Amendment is under siege. Don't worry, as long as I'm here, it's not under siege, and you guys are right there with me. You guys are right there with me. We will maintain America's unrivaled military might. That's what we've done. That's what we've done, like we've never had before. And we will ensure peace through strength. We will end surprise medical billing. Require price transparency. Starts January 1st. Bigger than healthcare. You watch. All set to go. January 1st. All signed up. Lower drug prices even more. Favored nations. We're going to go from the highest to the lowest price anywhere in the world. The drug companies are not good fans of President Trump. They don't like me. They're taking out more ads than Sleepy Joe about me. They're saying things about me in those ads, and all I'm doing is just give me the lowest price in the world. I don't know. They come up with things. It's not good to do that. I don't know. To me, it's good to do that. And we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. Very exciting, actually. And don't forget, that's on top of Space Force. With everything else we did, Space Force, we created the first new branch, 75 years. Air Force was the last one. Now we have Space Force. And we never even used to talk about that at the rallies, right? I've actually done more. I really believe that. I think I've done more than I promised. I may be the only politician, if you call me a politician. We've done more than I promised. I think that might be a first. We'll have to check that out. Check that out, fellas. Space Force, we needed it. There's something, when I became president, I saw Russia, I saw China, I saw what was going on. And I said, we have to do that too. And I got great help from the Republican Senate and from these gentlemen right here. And we actually had some bipartisan help, believe it or not, which is not easy to get. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, "In God we trust." You know, at the Democrat National Convention, right, the Pledge of Allegiance, they took the word God out, and I watched it. And I said, they must have made a typo. The problem was, then I heard it a second time, and I said, that was not a typo. And the American public went crazy, and all of a sudden they put it back. But that's where they're coming from. Never going to happen with me, never going to happen with these guys, right? Never going to happen with our guys, right, fellas? For years, you had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great people of Pennsylvania. For the last 4 years, you've seen me fight for you, and now I'm relying on you to deliver another historic victory for our country. On November 3rd, we must finish the job. Have to go out and vote. Just have to go out and vote. We're going to finish draining the swamp. It's deeper and more vicious than anybody ever thought. Swamp creatures, you know, it's a great term. Swamp, you know what a swamp creature is? We got them all over Washington. So get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your co-workers, grab your boss. Come on, boss. And you have to get out and vote November 3rd. On November 3rd, and you want to do that, you want to pick that time. You know, we're doing so well because November 3rd, our people, they just want to get out and vote. We're going to have a historic day. I really believe that. We're going to have just based on what's going on throughout all these other states. So, but we win Pennsylvania, we win it all. You know that, right? We win Pennsylvania, we win it all. If we win Pennsylvania, it's over. And I told you, Florida's looking so good, and Ohio is looking so great. They've always been great. They've always been great. They get it. For generations, America's destiny was made, forged. Hello, folks. Oh, they're very happy. I think I love them. I might as well wait till they finish up. Thank you. Thank you. Now, it was just such a friendly group. I said, you know, I don't want to interrupt them. They haven't. No, that was good. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. For generations, America's destiny was made, forged, and won in places like Johnstown and Pittsburgh, Erie, Altoona, Bethlehem, and right here in Butler, true? Our American ancestors gave their blood, sweat, and tears to defend our country and our freedom. We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and made America into the single greatest nation in the history of the world. And the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Proud citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. That's what we're doing. Ultimately, that's what we're doing, right? With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting And we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together with the incredible people of Pennsylvania, we have made America powerful again. Our great military, our great, great military. We have made America wealthy again. Your 401ks are doing great. Your 401ks. And if we could get Biden out of the way, you'll see a stock market that goes through the roof. He's a headwind. You know what I call him? I call him Joe Headwind. He's a head. We get him out of the way, you'll see a stock market that goes through the roof. It's already, can you imagine, in the middle of a pandemic, we're doing so well. We have made America strong again. We have made America proud again. We have made America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Pennsylvania. Thank you. Thank you very much. Go out and vote. Thank you, everybody.
All right, President Trump wraps up his third rally in Pennsylvania today. Now we're going to Montoursville, Pennsylvania, for the final one of the night. Brick Suit is standing by there live, waiting for this one to end. We'll go back here to the correspondence in a minute. Just remember, tomorrow and Monday, all day, Trump rallies, all day. We got 10 of them on Sunday and Monday combined, so 5 each day. It's going to be crazy, but we're going all out. We're going to be at every one of them. Thank you all so much for supporting us and helping us get to those events. If you want to continue to support Right Side Broadcasting to help us to get to all the rallies, and hopefully if President Trump wins, he'll do another victory tour as well like he did in 16. RSBnetwork.com/donate. Back now to the scene with Libby, Alex, and Lilith and Scott.
Wow, what an incredible performance by President Trump tonight. He just brought so much energy, and he talked about everything he needed to talk about in Pennsylvania, especially hitting on that fracking point. I just want to remind you all to check out our partner, Disney Coins, DisneyCoins.com. You can check them out, and they have these Made in America coins, and they are genuine silver and copper. It's a great Christmas gift for your friends and family. They're made in America by Americans who love this country and on machines made in America. Make sure you check out their website and use the code RSBN at checkout for a discount and to let them know that we sent you. We here at Right Side will be collecting them. They have over 20 patriotic designs and 2 new designs each month. So you definitely have to check them out. I was looking at them earlier and was thinking of all the Christmas gifts I'm going to get. The MAGA hat one was my personal favorite. So definitely check them out at DisneyCoins.com and use the code RSBN.
Thank you very much, Libby. And I'd just like to give a big thank you to everybody who helped us get here today, everybody who donated, because you guys are the reason that we can come here. Nobody else shows you the crowds like we do. When Trump called them out, nobody else turned their camera, but we did. We will always continue to do so. I'd like to thank everybody. And remember, you guys are the reason we can come here. So if you'd like to see us come to these rallies, please go to our website at rsbnetwork.com/donate. And you can also donate in the live chat, but keep in mind YouTube does take 30% of that in the live chat. You can also mail a donation to us at 1550 Opelika Road, spelled Opelika Road. Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. Now I'm going to read off some of our donations from our website, which is at rsbnetwork.com/donate. From Mira, she says, Filipina Trump. Scott Green says, thank you for your hard work, and we all support President Donald J. Trump. Lucky Star says, keep making America great again and again and again and again, etc. Sean Olenek says, thank you for your hard work to help the greatest president in history get reelected. Right Side has made a huge difference. Milan Chu says, God bless and protect President Trump. Ganab Beamer says, Trump 2020 from Utah. From Jiabing Lu says, thank you for your great work to report our great president's rallies. Keep going. Tudor and Haley say, God bless America and RSB for keeping it real and dropping straight facts. Trump 2020. Tudor and Haley from LA. Hughlene Torson says, fantastic coverage. Go Trump, win it all. Hans Anderson says, real Mormons are pro-life for Trump. Ken Redding says, veteran, love Trump, love America, love RSBN, put Biden in jail. Steve Dem DiStefano says, we love Trump. Cary, North Carolina. Stephen Fran. And from the Sellers from Sellerston, North Carolina, they say, thank you for broadcasting. God bless the USA and President Trump. From Marie, she says, Trump 2020, California. Mona and William H. Carter say, RSBN, you are so loyal and wonderful to the President, Trump, and America. He is the American dream. Thank you for your outspoken support. Jared says, love to President Trump, our First Lady, RSBN, and Patriots everywhere. Well, thank you all for all of your donations today. And we have people right now yelling how much they love us right now. It is so great to see all of our fans out there getting recognized by all of you. It is such a wonderful sight to see. So God bless all of them and God bless all of you. If you are at a rally we are at, then please visit us. Thank you so much for all of your support, everybody. Now I'm going to pass it off to Lilith here. She's going to tell you guys a little bit about what we've got going on in the next few days. Lilith?
Yes, thank you so much, Libby, and thank you so much, Alex. It's so nice to have such young college students with us here at RSBN. Friends, we've got 5 rallies tomorrow, Sunday. Not 1, not 2, but 5. President Trump will first be speaking at Michigan, and then in Iowa, and then North Carolina, and then in Georgia, where I will be, and last but not least, in Miami, Florida at 11:30 p.m. Friends, if that's past your bedtime, I encourage you to stay up and tune in with us at RSBN on YouTube and be present with us as President Trump speaks at the rally. Thank you all so much for being here. And again, my name is Lilith. You can follow me on Instagram at Teachers for Trump, where I help expose all the things that they are using to brainwash your children. Where can they follow you guys?
So you can follow me on Instagram at libby.krieger, so that's libby.krieger, or you can follow my Twitter at libbykrieger6. Again, that's libbykrieger6. And then Alex, how can we find you?
Well, you can also find me on Twitter. You can find me at Real A Caldwell, spelled Real A and then Caldwell, CALDWELL. So my Twitter, Real A Caldwell. We're almost at 2,000, so let's hit that tonight. And let's get Libby up. I think let's get her to 1,000 tonight. Feeling bold. Let's get Libby to 1,000 tonight. We love that. Let's do that. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. It's been surely a pleasure to talk with all of you guys tonight. We had our special guest, Mr. Scott Pressler, who I will say, he did a fantastic job as always. Oh yes, you can follow him on Twitter at Scott Pressler, spelled with 1 S in Pressler. So Scott Pressler, Presler. And thank you all again for supporting us tonight. I cannot tell you how much it means to us. There was so much energy in here tonight. It was phenomenal. So many people, I'd say maybe 8, 9, 10,000 people here.
And you can see they're lining up on the bleachers in the back. They're waiting for takeoff. They're waiting to send President Trump off. Farewell into the next few days. We will continue praying for President Trump. We will continue praying for America. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Tomorrow, and we hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you all.
All right, we're going to transition to Montoursville now. We're going to end these streams, and we will be live in just a few minutes. Everybody go to the Montoursville stream, or we'll start a new stream on Facebook and on Periscope.